my test drive to this day. I remember it. I had no idea what I bought.
When it's time to sink or swim, that the face inside is hearing me right underneath my skin. Face inside is right beneath. My back, it's like a whirlwind inside of my head. It's like I can't stop what I'm hearing within. It's like the face inside is right beneath my skin.
When I bought the car used, it all it had was the tinted windows and not a really great intake. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was the shit. Until I ran into some people that I still know from our car club, and they said, "Yeah, this car was based out of Australia." I said, "It was?" They said, "Yeah." I just remember going home and I started researching it. I'm like, man, this car totally looks like a different vehicle down in Australia, and there's different styles of it. So then a year or two later, it started, taking off the badging, which it looked great. It was very clean. But this has been a 10-year project. So I decided, you know what? Let me start to see what else I can do to put this car to look like from Australia. And then I got the badging, the spoiler, the stripe, and then of course the big thing was after, being halfway done, that G8 front end was not working with my conversion because people were confused. What is it? And so I was very fortunate to actually purchase this bumper from Australia, and I had it shipped here. And of course, as soon as I turn it on, it was everything. I mean, it truly. Meeting people from Australia, they totally go nuts because they're as big as cars as we are, and ultimate compliment is meeting people from Australia. People are just like, shouldn't this be right-handed drive? Well, I guess that's a compliment to what I've done to this vehicle to make it look like the Holden from what it is in Australia. And seriously, it attracts a lot of attention, and as simple as I am, it's a lot of fun. I have the full solo exhaust system. I've got cook headers, mids with high flow cats, intake, amazing tune, stage 1 cam, racing cam, Brian Tooley. Of course, with all that motor work, you need suspension. So I've got teen lowering springs. I got FE3 suspension off the GXP, front and back heavy duty sway bars, and also front and back polyurethane bushings. I knew of the car, and so 2008 I decided to switch gears and get something more of a a performance car. I had a '05 GXP, which was a 5.3, which I thought was a really great car. And so I started researching the G8, and like I said, I knew of it. So I started Googling it, and I read over 100 reviews, and found some great reviews, more positive and negative. But one that really caught my eye was this one woman. She had a minivan, and what she would do is leave the minivan home and take the G8. I found that very interesting. Why are you taking the G8 to the grocery store and not your minivan? Well, soon after that, I started researching them, and I can remember, honestly, my test drive to this day. I remember it. I had no idea what I bought. You know, I love all cars. In the 70s, I think made some great cars back in the day. But now look what's out there. Sitting right behind me, Pontiac. I've been a GM guy all my life, and I guess growing up, I just liked cars from the beginning. I was always interested. As a young boy and a teenager, my friends had some nice old 70 cars, Cutlasses, 442s, and it just kind of started right there. I mean, my first car was a 78 Monte Carlo, and my second was an 85 Monte Carlo SS, and I thought that was pretty badass, and I think that's how it started. Of course, I've not done all the work to this car, even though through the years I've maintained it, oil changes and things. But recently, John Cosa Automotive have done some great work to this car. Also, one of good friends in the club, Jeff Bowman's Customs, did a lot of work for me and purchased some great items. And the people who really put the finish on the map was Chicago Auto Pros out of Glenview. They showed me some tricks that really kept this car with the finish, and with 134,000 miles, the finish is really strong, and I think I'm most proud of the way it looks and the finish compared to some cars don't even look like this.